I always knew I was destined for greatness. Even as a child, I used my unparalleled intellect to gather a trove of medical knowledge. The narrow-minded dolts in the university looked down on me, simply because of my youth. No matter. I knew that, in time, each and every one of them would have to acknowledge my talent. I did so well at university that I was given my own laboratory. Finally, I could run experiments of my own design without having to answer to short-sighted professors. With my newfound freedom, I began to investigate the most difficult question of them all. What is it that constitutes life? What is life? My flesh constructs were the first attempt at an answer. Artificial creatures stitched together from the fabric of living beings, they could do most, if not all, menial tasks. But there was something my servitors lacked. A spark. The deep connection in the mind that is at the heart of all fully conscious beings. Without this spark, one cannot be truly alive. I sought to recreate the spark of life with my experiments, and I grew closer with each passing day, but I needed a constant supply of materials to further my experiments, a constant supply of flesh. So I started hiring body snatchers. A corpse is just the flesh that remains after death. What does it matter who they were when they were alive? Elise understood. That is how I met her. Elise was vibrant. Even after all she had seen on the streets, she never let the coldness of this world drain her spirit. She was vivacious, the spark personified. And while we disagreed on some matters, she never let her personal scruples interfere with my work. At first, she just brought me bodies, but soon enough, we became much more than business partners. My work is, and always will be, everything to me. But Elise, she became a close second. She was my confidant, a willing audience who shared my excitement for my theories, who accepted me without question. So, when she fell ill, I simply couldn't let her go. Elise was wasting away. Nothing within the realm of traditional medicine could save her. For the first time, everything I have learned, all the knowledge I had accumulated, was useless. But I am not one to give up. If I could not prevent my Elise from dying, then I would find a way to bring Elise back to life. And so I conceived of the unbreakable heart. My first attempt performed the job of a natural heart, pumping blood the required number of times per minute. It even managed to power a dog for a short period of time. But the true spark of life, that was still missing. No matter how hard I tried, a body powered by my heart remained a mere machine. Then I had an idea. For the first time, the only time in my life, I would ask for help. There is a legend that speaks of a temple deep in the mountains. It grants your fondest wish if you manage to survive the path that leads to it. Together, Elise and I attempted the journey to this temple once, purely out of curiosity. Eventually, the way forward became too difficult and we turned back like the rest. But after Elise died, I decided to take the path once again. Armed with new determination and new inventions, I vowed to make the temple's so-called dark powers unlock the secrets of the unbreakable heart. I made good on my vow. I reached the temple, I spoke my wish aloud, and the dark powers granted it. A short time later, I had created the unbreakable heart and implanted it into Elise. She was alive once more, not a moving corpse. She was fully, entirely alive, stronger and more vital than ever. I had created spark of life. And if I could do it once, surely I could do it again. In recent months, Lamordia has been stricken with unseasonably cold weather. Each day brings more snow, and each day the temperature drops a bit more. It has not escaped my notice that this began immediately after I created the Unbreakable Heart. Perhaps the heart needs to absorb endless energy and heat to keep going? That would explain its glowing light. What will happen when I create more, I wonder? Elise's reaction to the Unbreakable Heart was not what I had hoped. I tried to explain it to her, that she is a marvel of science, and my greatest triumph. But when I described how the heart worked, how it absorbed heat, her face paled. She asked whether I planned to make more. I told her, of course I did. How could I not? I would just have to temporarily remove the heart so I could make copies. Elise was silent for a long time. And then she said something shocking. That she was an abomination. She told me she was leaving. That if I truly loved her, I would let her go. I told her she was being absurd. Why would anyone choose these whims over scientific advancement? Elise used her newfound strength to knock me out. When I woke up, she was gone. The Unbreakable Heart has gone from my greatest success to my greatest torment. Whenever I try to replicate it, it's as if some fog clouds my mind. None of the copies works. I must find Elise and reclaim the original heart. Yet the Baron continually distracts me with his demands for more services. Perhaps I can use his political connections to track her down. It can't be too hard to find a woman with a glowing device in her chest.